What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at Erik Ezukanma in his game against the Atlanta Falcons. He had a pretty good game overall, and he's definitely a guy that we were really hoping to see improve, and he really did. In my eyes, he's definitely established himself as probably our sixth guy. I don't know how many receivers we're going to keep, but I'm thinking probably 6, maybe 7. And I think he's our sixth guy. Obviously, you got Hill, Waddle, Cedric Wilson, Chosen, and Braxton Berrios. And then I think you got at least one more. And I think that Erik Ezukanma's ability to be a successful runner and a decent pass catcher and a big body, both contested catch guy and yak guy, I think does add something to this team. Because obviously, guys like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert, they're able to get yak with their speed and agility. But Ezukanma is able to just kind of run people over, which I think is also kind of needed on this team. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, he's right here. Forgot to point him out, my bad. I'm going to have a bit of an end around. And here's the thing, man. He's got good contact balance, has some really good grit to him. And this, just as an offense, this is what I wanted to see a little bit more last year. When we got guys like Ezukanma, like Hill, like Waddle, and with Mike McDaniel being our head coach and play caller, I was expecting more wide receiver runs and things of that nature. But we really didn't get a whole lot of that last year. But I think we could really play around with that a lot. Because now we have a receiver that can play running back in Erik Ezukanma. And we also have a running back in Devon Achane that can play wide receiver. So that's something we can kind of play around with. Raheem Mostert can play some receiver too. Spins away from contact here. Great balance. Shows a little bit of agility. And this stiff arm is fantastic. Never hits the ground. Matter of fact, that play is so fantastic. I want to see the other view. I know I've technically already broke this play down when I did the running game video. But still, it's fantastic. His ability to spin away from contact here was very good as well. Very underrated there. Tyler Kroft kind of let him go, but I think he's kind of the read. But oh, he missed here too. Tyler Kroft kind of blew that play, but Ezukanma was able to kind of make up for it. We'll switch to the sideline view for the other plays. An even bigger run. I love this shit, man. This offense is going to be so much fun. Because here's the thing. I know we're talking about Ezukanma, but it's hard not to talk about the offense, too. Like, this is great doing this with Ezukanma because he's good at yak. But imagine doing this with Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle. If they have this crease and this much room to just be fast, this is a touchdown. Now, I do love doing this type of thing with Ezukanma as well because he's not as fast or agile as Hill or Waddle, but his power is an asset. He doesn't have to do anything crazy, but there's another little stiff arm there to gain some extra yards. Do your thing, man. I want to look at the other view. It's fantastic. And this was blocked expertly. This is probably our most well-executed play Two fantastic stiff arms, man. Like, really. Look at that. Look at that. That stiff arm, let's see. That got him almost another 10 yards. He's ready, man. He is absolutely ready. And let me tell you, I'm talking about him as our 6th receiver. Honestly, you know, Barrios, Cedric Wilson, Chosen, they're going to have to be careful. Because he might slide into being our number 3. I mean, we still have a lot of preseason to go, and those guys really didn't play a whole lot. I know Cedric Wilson and Braxton Berrios did play a little bit, but not a lot. Little screen. He doesn't get much out of this, but it does show some of his contact balance and his ability to shed blocks. And some little quick lateral movement. Like I said, he's not as quick as Waddle or Hill, but he does have some agility to him. He does have some wiggle to him. And has great contact balance. Screens rarely work in preseason. Because you got a lot of guys that don't typically play together. All right, we got Skylar Thompson in now. I love shit like this too. Get him in motion. You don't have to hand it to him every time. Doesn't have to be a pitch every time. But he's already in motion. He's already more or less at full speed. Just get it to him in the flat. It does get handled well by the defender. But I do like the concept. And I think this is the last play. 11-yard pass. Is him up here? All right, let's take a look at that. He's right here in the slot. Deals with the press pretty well. I would like to see him sink his hips a little bit more out of this break, but that's not bad. In great hands, great job keeping his feet in. But I do think if he sinks his hips a little bit more and explodes, I think he would create a little bit better separation. So that is kind of a thing to look at. Because, I mean, he definitely still has stuff to improve on. But, honestly, I'm not expecting him to be a super... What I want him to do is be strong, have good contact balance, be able to make some contested catches at times, and get some big boy yak. That's what I want from him. As long as he can do those things, I think he has a place on this offense. And I'm glad to see it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.